unfair. He is not human.
This entire segment is just to marvel about Steph Curry. You tried to guard this man. I cannot imagine.
Why are you coming at me like that, Adam?
Because Shaq wasn't going out there and hedging on Steph. So I just want to know, it couldn't have been fun. It had to be awful.
No. Fear. You have a little fear, and not from like you're scared of a guy, but just not knowing what he's going to do. When a guy's coming up, and obviously he has an amazing handle, but when a guy can shoot from anywhere on the floor, when he shoots from going left and he shoots going right, and then when he gives the ball up, he's even more deadly with his cuts, with his screening, with his ability to come off screens. I mean, he's just impossible to guard. So when I watch this guy, I watch him shoot shots, Candace, that I'm like, no, that's not a good shot. And it's like, but for Steph, that is a perfect shot. And so what I love about Steph is obviously all the highlights we see for him coming down, shooting these 50-footers. But what I love about him is his ability to give the ball up, the ability to play off the ball, his ability to pass the ball with both hands, and also his ability to go in there and, like we talked about, he's a great finisher. People don't give him credit because we see the half-court shots that he make, but he's a great finisher with both hands. He take contact well. So, I mean, this guy's phenomenal. Great player in the organization. Another great player come down that kind of overshadows your greatness. And Steph took a back seat, similar to what I did. And we kind of forgot about Steph Curry when Kevin Durant was there. And he goes through the injury last year. And now he's like, hello, two-time MVP is back. And he's back with, a level that we have never seen out of a two-time MVP. He may not get MVP this year, but this is definitely, for him, it's probably going to be one of his favorite seasons of his entire career when it's all said and done.
Before we go, do you have a favorite player in today's NBA? Who do you love to watch the most?
A player, I like to watch the most is LeBron James.
There you go.
Really. But also Curry from Golden State. That guy, you've seen it. Man. It's impossible. Somebody shoot like that. I have never seen anything like that in my life.
Well, see, now you know how people felt about you.
Well,
really,
that guy is, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. You watch Curry.
No, he's special.
Isn't that something special? I don't care where he is. He just comes in, gets it, and just flicks it up there. And not but net. He doesn't know lucky bounces or nothing like that. It's amazing. I enjoy, and the thing about it, he's a very unselfish player, and he gets the ball to his teammates too. He gets a lot of assists and everything else. It's just, I'd say freak of nature. I've never seen that. I'll never think you will ever see anybody shoot like that again.
In all my travels, people come up to me and was like, man, what did it feel like in '94 for me, that 25-point fourth quarter versus, being in the zone? What's it like to be in your zone?
I'm sure my pupils are all huge, like looking around, like feeling a certain type of way. But it's one of the best feelings because you don't think about much. You're just looking for any bit of daylight. If the shot is not getting blocked, it's going in. And it's such a seamless flow to it from the time I plant to the time I release, and there's zero thought in that motion. And that's such a freeing feeling.
Being in that zone it can be demoralizing to the opponent, to whoever's guarding you. What are some of the things that your opponents have said when you're in that Stephen Curry zone?
In the moment, there's not much because either I'm doing some stupid dance on the way back and I'm out of earshot, so they can't say that to me. A lot of it is you'll get the ones, the layup lines, you're like, hey, don't be trying nothing crazy tonight. And like little stuff like that. I just like the dumbfounded stares when they have nothing to say. Those are the moments you live for.
Curry three. Got it! Curry puts it in again! That is almost unfair! He is not human.
In the days that I played this game, I've never seen a guy, other than maybe a Reggie Miller, where you just didn't want him to touch the ball. But Steph has got the defense so extended, 35 feet away from the basket. The threat and the pressure that he puts on your defense night in and night out. At no time in history have we seen a player be able to extend a team defense like this guy. A guy that's 6'4". The pressure that he put on a team defense night in and night out, and it's unbelievable that they're going back to the finals again. That's unheard of. And how do you defend that?
Right.
And that's really what impressed me more, is that how he was able to come to the forefront in this series, and Kevin Durant not be there, and all the attention went to Steph. It reminds me of where the Warriors were 4 years ago.
What Steph can do that I can't, like that boy, he can shoot it from way, way, way out there and shoot it good. But at the same time, what Steph and I have in common is we were beating the freak athletes. Okay, we were beating the giants. And I got big respect for him for that. Now, the only thing that I was saying to you that I'll say here, the game today, it favors the point guards and the small players. The era that I won in, the rules were geared toward the bigger players. They changed the rules so the small man can dominate, okay? The rules were not set up for me as a small person to dominate, and that's the difference.
Why do you think that your name is not brought up in conversations as like, you know, some of the top, you know, based on what you did in the league? Because you were dropping 50, 60 like Curry and them has been doing, but nobody really thinks about that. Do you think it's because they didn't watch, or you were in a market where people didn't see you, or you feel like your career was cut short because of injury?
The cut short part, but I think success, winning comes with, you know, so
you were putting up the numbers, but you weren't winning.
I wasn't winning, so it was still this, he has a lot of numbers, but there's no, so what ends up happening is, I said, I opened the market for the Currys, the Dames, the Westbrook style of that point guard being a dominant scorer, but Curry established it because he won. He won being a scoring guard first. And the fact that he won, it became, all right, this is not just a hybrid player. This is a point guard, and we're gonna put this point guard numbers up against passing numbers. So now, you know, now someone like Steph, his numbers trumps in the scoring categories and all these categories over all these point guards who wasn't scoring, and they were just trying to get the team involved. So like I seen something today that said Curry is king of the turnaround. And I agree, even though I'm the guy who started it. The turnaround shot, walk away, the king of walk.
Okay.
Like,
shoot and just walk away.
Yeah.
His was you shot a turnaround before he knew it was going
but
in.
I did it a couple of times. So like, I started it. He mastered it. So he is the king of it.
He just takes off, runs down the floor.
Yeah, he's the king of it. Like, I gave the idea, but he took it to a whole nother level. So I can't put claim to something.
You can. You did it first.
I did it first, but he did it better. He did it a lot better.
And at a different time, too.
Like, I did it on game winners. He hasn't done it on game winners. He did it. He's done it throughout the game.
Well, Curry, that's a challenge right there.
It ain't even no challenge.
Yeah, it is, because you got to do it on a game winner. It's one thing to do it in the course of the game and flow of the game, but to do it on a game winner, that's on another level.
But he's done it 100 times.
I get that, but on a game winner, that's on another level.
The fact that they were beating people, he was sitting down in third quarters, he never really had chances to do it for the game.
True.
I'll argue for him on that one. He was beating everybody's ass, so he didn't really have to.
Right.
But I think that's the reason that I get lost in the shuffle, is because when I was doing it, there was no real reference. Curry gets the head because he's a champ, he's an MVP. So because of the status came with it, that's where, but he opens it up for the Trae Youngs and everyone else too.